Hey guys, welcome back to the Functional Plate. I'm Sakina, your favorite nutritionist, and today I want to talk to you about the most important, probably the most underutilized weight loss tool, in my personal opinion, and that is a food journal. This right here is what I used for a couple months when I started taking my weight loss journey a little bit more seriously. Side note, I wasn't on a huge weight loss journey. It's just like that extra 5 or 10 pounds getting ready for the summer, if I'm going to be completely honest. But I recognized that the changes that I was trying to make were not panning out. I was just not getting the results I needed. So I knew it was time to go back to the basics. And to me, that means having a food diary. Now, there are multiple ways you can have a food diary. So I'm going to talk about 3 ways. This is the first way. This is a food diary. Just a little tablet or something like that, pamphlet, where you can write and just be honest with yourself. Don't worry, no one else is going to see this but you, unless you're working with a nutrition coach like myself and you're showing your dietitian or your nutritionist, this is what I'm eating. But you want to be honest, because you don't want to leave out anything. You don't want there to be any gray areas. You want to be completely honest about what you're eating, because that's the only way you're going to get the results that you want to get. So you can have something simple as this. I also have a product. It is a food, it's like a journal shopping list. I'll link it down in the below in the description box if you're interested in checking it out. It's a downloadable. You can print it out whenever you want to use it, but it provides you with an alkaline list of foods so that when you go grocery shopping, it makes your shopping trip easier and just helps you really categorize the foods and help visualize what you're going to purchase before going to the grocery store, which I think is very important, because if you go into the grocery store without a plan, that is the perfect recipe for disaster for your diet. Now, the next tool I'm going to talk about is MyFitnessPal. MyFitnessPal is a widely used and supported food diary app. So they have a website that you can use, or you can download the app on your phone, and it's super simple to use. Dietitians use this. I remember when I was in college, my professors who were dietitians recommended MyFitnessPal as a way to track calories, because it is pretty accurate, and it, from an industry perspective, at least in the US, it is well recognized as a reputable source of calorie tracking. MyFitnessPal makes it easy to track your calories, protein intake, sugar intake, carbohydrate intake over the course of the day. There's other features in there. You can track your weight loss goals. You can log water intake. You can log your exercise if that's what you want to do. I use it for food tracking, so I no longer use this, which is what I was keeping in my purse. I just use the MyFitnessPal app and I log all the foods that I eat. You can get down to the minute measurements, quarter of a teaspoon, half a piece of bread. Like myself, I don't eat an entire meal. I eat very small portions, because I don't think that in America, I think everything we eat is oversized. You can actually really get good nutrition from just eating small portions and not filling yourself. You're not supposed to be super full. You're not supposed to eat till you're stuffed. Eat until you're satisfied. And you'll find that when you're satisfied, it's not a lot of food. It's a couple bites of each item on your plate. That's it. So one thing that I use now is MyFitnessPal, because it takes the guesswork out of calorie counting. I don't really count carbs. I'm mostly looking at protein content, making sure I'm getting a high amount of protein, because I'm working out. I want to make sure that I'm getting the grams of protein I need to sustain muscle mass and or build muscle mass. And that's probably the number one tool you're going to use when it comes to food diary, because it's just so easy to use and it's transparent. As long as you're truthful with what you're eating, it's very, very useful. And I would recommend it as a nutrition coach. I would recommend everyone use something like MyFitnessPal, because it's just going to take the guesswork out of knowing what you're actually consuming, if you're under eating, if you're overeating, and what macronutrients you're going to need to kind of fill the gap, or what adjustments you need to make to your diet. Using a food diary is super important and super helpful in the beginning of your weight loss journey. You don't have to use it every day. You don't even have to use it the entire time on your weight loss journey. But I do think the first 3 to 6 weeks of your weight loss journeys, it's very important to get acclimated with food portion sizes, measurements, calorie counts so that you can have an idea just by looking at an item, and you'll automatically know. The more you see that calorie count on MyFitnessPal, for example, you'll know immediately that that medium apple is going to be about 80 calories. Do I have that in my caloric budget for the day? You'll get more accustomed and more comfortable with knowing which foods are probably going to be really bad for you, not healthy for you, and it just helps you with portioning and having a healthy depiction of what a healthy meal and a healthy portion looks like. So if I could recommend anything on your weight loss journey, it would be to get a food diary. If you have to use something like this and then later go on the internet and find the calorie counts for each food item, you can do that. Or you can download MyFitnessPal. This is not an ad for MyFitnessPal. This is not like I'm not getting promoted. I'm not getting any kind of payment to promote them. I just literally think it's a really good tool. And as a nutrition coach and as your favorite nutritionist, I want to make sure that you know about it so that you can use it for your own life. The second best thing you can do for your weight loss goal is to work with a nutrition coach like myself. I can coach you. I can look at what you're eating in your food diary. I can take a look at that and really see where you need to go, where we need to make changes. We can examine your goals. We can examine the different areas of your life that might be contributing to stress, which contributes to you overeating. We can look at these different habits, these different triggers that will actually derail you from your weight loss goals. There's a lot of different nuances that go into weight loss and weight management, and that is what a nutrition coach can help you see. I have a bird's eye view of everything, and you're living in the midst of everything going on in your life, from work, from family, to traffic, just dealing with everyday stressors. And a lot of times stress is a big factor when it comes to us gaining weight, is because we want to alleviate that stress. And eating fatty, sugary, carb-laden foods, they release these feel-good endorphins, which gives us a sense of relief temporarily, but over time does a lot more damage than it needs to. So that's what I have for you today. Get yourself a food diary if you're in your weight loss journey. Summer's here, guys. You don't really have much time to get into the best shape of your life, but you can start today. Start today, and maintain it all through the year. We should not be trying to get our bodies right for summer 2-3 months before summer starts, and then the rest of the year we eat like crap. We should get our bodies right and try our best to maintain that throughout the year. Yes, your weight is going to fluctuate 5 to 10 pounds here or there, but if we maintain it with good habits, you shouldn't really have an issue with high weight gain. I hope that this video was helpful for you, and you guys, I'll see you next time. Bye.